In this module, we are going to learn about why global democracy. Why? These are the facets of democracy. Government is elected by the people. Freedom of speech and expression. No one party government, no one party government. Right to vote. Common masses are attributed as the primary source of political power, and it also promotes social equality. When we talk about freedom of expression, speech, and one party system is not possible in global democracy, common masses being are attributing in the democratic process. It means that how much individuals are participating in the decision making process of any country. If individuals are majority of the population, alienate itself or de-align itself from the political system, it definitely questions to that democracy. Global democracy, application of democratic norms and values from local to global level, giving world citizen a say in world organizations. Now, in the contemporary world politics, we see that individuals sitting in any part of the world can make influence upon other parts of the world. If you remember what happened in 9/11 and what America said after that 9/11, that it was one individual sitting in Afghanistan and attacked or waged war against America, the developed country. One individual, allegedly Osama bin Laden, was residing in Afghanistan and it waged war against United States of America when attacked upon its World Trade Center and its security hub, Pentagon. Benefits of global democracy, elements of decentralization, role of international political and economic institutions, free international trade, education, no pressure on media, independent judiciary. Well, we may raise different questions upon these benefits of global democracy. Education has become an industry, and what is the credibility of that education which different countries are having hegemony, especially if you could see the developed part of the world believed, it is believed that they are having good education system. But question is, how can we say that when the same developed part of the world is committing terrorist activities at international level? More racism is going on in America, Britain, and Australia. So education system is in question. So if we believe that benefits of global democracy are based on education or free international trade or elements of decentralization, we need to know that how much it is pragmatically accepted or adopted in any state. Democratic peace theory. According to democratic peace theory, democracies are not likely to engage in armed conflict. Global democratic norms and values will create a pacific union, peaceful way of resolving international conflicts. If we try to learn that how this democratic peace theory works at international level, it is said that usually democracies do not fight with each other, but we have many examples in which we see that democratic forces or democratic countries used to fight with each other. Pakistan and India, for example, have three wars. So we can understand, although we can put a question mark upon the democracies of India and Pakistan also. So there are other examples also which used to fight with each other. Global democracy encourages egalitarianism, autonomy, non domination, and provision of all the basic human rights. Majority of global democrats claim that individuals are the fundamental object of concern, but there are certain challenges for the international institutions regarding the global distribution of burdens and benefits. Obviously, when developed part of the world is enjoying more fruits of globalization owing to its technological sophistication and scientific advancement as compared to the developing part of the world where there is less development in these domains. There is also a big question mark on the legitimacy of political power beyond the national borders. There is no national justification for the transnational decision making. Who should be entitled to define global norms, values, and rules? Because we cannot ensure any global system is best for any part of the world.